what's happening in DC? Donald Trump just tried to enrich his pockets at the behest of the American taxpayer to fill his pockets with 1.8 billion US dollars. These are not the words coming from this channel, but rather from a member of the Senate who is, in fact, from the grand old party. Yes, indeed. What is happening over? Let's try to dive deeper into that. But before that, if you guys are already here, we would request you to subscribe to our channel. And by the way, please leave suggestions. This helps us to know where you stand and whether you agree or disagree with this political spectrum. Guys, Donald Trump just tried to circumvent the political structures, and in a very short and simple way, he termed something as the Anti-Weaponization Act or Anti-Weaponization Bill to funnel around $1.776 billion to himself. The members of the American Congress are terming this as the slush fund. And the term, by the way, interestingly, does not stem from Trump denounced so-called Democrats. No, it's not from the Democratic Party. Rather, it is from the grand old party Echellians. And at the top of that itself, Senator Cassidy from Louisiana termed the prospective as very corrupt. He said, this is just suggesting that a person sues himself, then wins against himself, and then decides to settle with himself. But the settlement amount does not come from himself, but from all of us together, from the American taxpayer. And by the way, this is without any legal precedent, said Senator Cassidy from Louisiana, a Republican. Another Republican senator from South Dakota, Senator Thune, who happens to be the highest ranking member of the Republican Party in the Senate Majority Leader, who suggestively was reached over by Trump to back off from this instant, because we know Trump does not believe in the principle of separation of powers. He believes he is the sole power and nobody should check it. Politics in the United States happen in the framework that each of the executive decisions are passed over via a proper scrutiny by the legislative and even the judiciary. But Trump wants quick and direct blows, just like he always likes and favors. The Senate Majority Leader called it absurd and decided and gave his unwillingness to the proposal. Another member of the Senate said the same, said this was absurd, this should not be allowed. This proposal and vetting it should be the proper way to conduct business, not just to bypass the Senate and all the other organs. At the same time, a representative called Brian Fitzpatrick decided he would kill it. Yes, that were his words. The Republican Party does not support Trump's rhetoric, his absurdity anymore. A famous journalist on YouTube recently used the word, and a very fantastic word to coin it, by the way. It was, Republican rats are fleeing the Trump Titanic. And I believe it is happening. People are no longer at the same page with Donald Trump in his absurdity, in his dictatorial and autocratic style of governance and government. And by the way, this does not only include his fan base, his vote base, his support base from the GOP itself. It also includes people from his popularity base. Do you guys remember MAGA and Ben Shapiro? Well, Ben Shapiro and his consumer base is at odds with him himself. Today, the CEO of the Daily Wire, Shapiro's company, resigned. I don't think MAGA is doing very well. People ought on MAGA are backing off from Trump because of this absurdity, this stupidity, and this dictatorial style of governance and politics. Twitter, now called X, is full of it. It's on the news. So if executives are stepping down, and at the same time your media platforms are backing off from you, and at the same time your party support is thinning down, I believe we might be at least and finally getting lucky to get rid of the stupidity of Trump, and maybe Trump is supposedly finally being put back in his place, and at least the process is starting. This might not be the end, and it definitely is not even the beginning of the end, but it definitely is the end of the beginning. Thank you guys. Feel free to leave comments and give your valuable suggestions. We're open to it. Unlike Donald Trump. Thanks.